So I'm really excited to be talking to Max Canning, the head of creative strategy at Thunderhead. Hey, Max.
Hello, Phil. How you doing?
Really good, thanks. So, Max, Thunderhead. So, Thunderhead has been cited as a 2020 Forrester Wave leader, I should say again. So, what problems is that Thunderhead solving for its clients?
Well, I guess you could say that sort of quotes traditional marketing kind of speaks to customers as targets, right? So the customer experience is essentially a bunch of campaigns that brands shove together and try opportune moments to sell things to customers. What Thunderhead does is we utilize something called journey orchestration. So through the lens of customer journeys, all of them unique across whatever channels and touch points those might exist over time, it's kind of a lens so that you can see how an individual customer, say, feels experience evolves, and then the technology allows us to understand, visualize, and finally orchestrate the next most appropriate conversation. And we do that at quite big scale.
Amazing. So, Max, you've had quite a long history in the field of marketing, I suppose. What does your current role entail?
Make me sound old. So I spend my days considering how Thunderhead positions its products, its people, how we maintain our leadership position, and then finally how we will engage with prospects or clients. Effectively, I guess my role is that of a translator between like the pointy heads who create the clever stuff and the end users who are really interested in what can do for me.
Cool. So it covers quite a lot then, really. But what would you say your biggest challenge is at the moment, do you think?
I guess the biggest challenge generally, which I guess I've alluded to, is to explain what are very complex concepts in engaging ways to what is an increasing army of very diverse stakeholders.
How does video fit into all this? I suppose bringing it back to sort of, my passion.
Well, I mean, in B2B in particular, many stakeholders are bombarded, right, with reports, emails, presentations, papers, what have you. But whatever they are, some kind of energy, some kind of effort is needed to digest, to read these things. So how does video help? I guess it's a platform that conveys information in concise, creative, and, dare I say, enjoyable ways. So, for example, in the area that we work, many tech providers, they focus on talking about, naturally, because they're so proud, the intelligence behind their technologies. We're so clever, if you like, look how brilliant our work is. We're proud of what we do. While there's a time for that, I guess the condensed video format encourages us to shift that narrative to focus not on how clever we are, but the difference we make. And unless we are going to be clear, compelling, and engaging, we'll just be forgotten. So that 90-second limit, which I know that we've worked on a lot between us together, which I think works well. It means that focus is forced upon us, and in a nutshell, that video can provide a platform for differentiation as a result.
I suppose video is kind of a great way of reaching people on a personal level and creating an emotive response. Do you think that's kind of central to sort of your outlook for marketing for this year and maybe going forwards?
Video can take you so far in being personal. It can give you a lovely tone of voice. It can explain difficult problems, and it can convey your brand really well. Nothing's going to take the place of speaking to someone like we're speaking now. But the reason I think videos of increased interest to us is because with all of those stakeholders, with all of these objectives that people have, and all of the confusion in the marketplace, we can create video, and then we can serve that up thanks to very targeted media to the right people at the right time. And so, people do seem to have a much warmer experience, as you're alluding to, as a result of seeing the video, but it's partly because we've created variants of it that really, really suit them as individuals. And that is something that video alone wasn't capable of a few years ago. And it's a really good time for video now as a sort of a very central part of content.
So it's as much as the personalization almost that you can put into video and deliver it directly to someone, as opposed to just creating a single generic video, which you then scattergun across every platform you can look at.
Yeah, and I've got enough personal experience now to say that whether it's B2B pitching or sending videos as part of communications chain, the more you can really we would call it be individualistic. And the more you can be personal to an individual, the more effective the results are, the more you make a connection. I know it's obvious, but just putting someone's name in a video isn't enough anymore. It's about really speaking to them in a way that really addresses the things that they seek. And video, when it's done, shows a certain level of effort and conscientiousness that I don't think many other media formats can do.
Amazing. Obviously, thank you so much for giving up your time today. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
No problem. Nice to see you.